Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the middle of June 2021. This is going to be your mid-June update. We are just going to jump right in here, as always, and we are going to take a look at what is going on for you at this time. Right off the bat, I'm getting I feel like it's going to be very, very important for you to kind of like be as open and honest, not only with like people around you, but also more importantly with yourself. I feel that you will be, any decision you have to make, any choices that you're making at this time, it's like, deep down inside how you feel. And this reading right away is kind of like saying to me, that this is not the time to be second guessing yourself. I got it immediately, if you couldn't tell, on that Seven of Swords. I put that Seven of Swords down, and I do feel like there's kind of like more to the story here. Even you have the Starfish card at the bottom here. It's funny, you have the Seven of Swords here with the Starfish. And the Starfish kind of, in this deck, this is the Tarot of the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle. And in this deck, she says that the Starfish, it's like kind of beautiful on the, the top side, but underneath, it's not as, beautiful. Although I'm a nerd, so I love Starfish no matter what. But what I would say here is that I do feel like there's kind of like there's like more to the story here. I feel I feel like this could manifest in multiple different ways here, Pisces. So, I'm just going to give you a couple of things that are popping into my head. Number one, I feel like you could be dealing with a difficult person in this first row, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Could be love related. It doesn't have to be, though. I feel like you're just dealing with someone who's trying to cause a problem in your life. It feels more like backstabbing energy. I feel like as long as you maintain, all you have to do, I know it's annoying when someone's coming at you and things like that, Pisces. All you have to do is maintain your state, like where you are right now, right? And maintain a high level of, honesty. And I feel like as long, basically, if you're dealing with someone who's talking about you or anything like that, I feel like they're going to be exposed here. So there's really nothing to worry about as long as you don't get involved, right? Just let it be. For others, again, I feel like this is kind of like saying, I kind of feel this weird message overall, pretty much for all of you, even if you're dealing with a tricky person here. It's like, I feel that you are, I feel like you are idealizing something here a little bit, where it's kind of like you're making something out to be better than it actually is. Although, as long as, what I'm getting here is as long as you kind of understand that there are things that you're going to have to deal with, there are things you're going to have to kind of like build up, you're going to be successful. You have the Star with the Starfish with the Chariot. I really don't even need to go over the cards. We're going to go over the cards, but, pretty much what this reading boils down to, spoiler alert here, Pisces, is the fact that it's kind of like, I do feel like you have this idea of building something like a dream or, a positive relationship or something. That's great. I would say maintain the dream, maintain the vision. But I feel like with the Starfish here, it's almost like saying that what you are imagining, it doesn't have any structure, on the inside. So I feel like you have to build that structure. This doesn't mean quit. This doesn't mean give up, right? This means that, it's like what you're imagining right now, it's kind of like built on sand, or maybe it's being built in your mind without structure. Now it's time to get to work is what this is saying to me. Damn, Pisces, this is a very powerful reading. You have the High Honors card here. So I feel for some of you, it's literally just saying, this is not what this card means, by the way, but just intuitively I feel that it's saying, like, you have certain values and morals and standards that you live up to. This says, do not stoop to some bozo's level, this bozo right here that we're going to talk about in a second, whoever this person is, right? It's like someone's trying to get your goat. I feel like someone here in this part of the month could be trying to upset you, and I feel like this is saying there are certain lines that can't be crossed here, Pisces. And I feel like as long as you maintain your moral level or whatever you want to call it, Pisces, then you are going to be the one that comes out on top in this situation. Literally, when we go this way, you have the Chariot, which is a victory. So I feel like you will be going through a victory here, if you're dealing with a difficult person. You have the Knight of Wands, the Justice card, and the World card here. It's like you're going through a transformation. Everybody's going through a transformation right now. I mean, between 2020 now and like 2025, things are going to be very different for you by the time we get to 2025. I think things are different for you right now. Like if you look back maybe like 10 years, things are very different right now. And what I would say here is that I feel like this Knight of Wands is either a person or kind of like a situation that's trying to upset you. That's like one thing I'm getting. And I feel like there will be justice here. But again, Justice card says you will get the, where you put your energy. It is cause and effect. So I feel like the Justice card is saying maintain that integrity is the word that I'm looking for here, Pisces. Maintain your high level of integrity and you will come out on top in any situation that you're dealing with. Doesn't matter if it's like a jealous person, someone talking behind your back or anything like that. It's like this person is trying to cause problems. I feel like they got nothing. The thing with this that people don't realize about the Seven of Swords is it's like he's normally, we're going to talk about this in a minute, but he's normally carrying 5 swords, but he still has 2 behind him. It's like he can't even keep up, right? It's like he can't even deal with everything that he has to deal with. So I feel for some of you, it's like you're either dealing with like a broken person who has issues or, this is just a tricky person, but I feel like, their true colors are going to come out. So I wouldn't don't feel like, I almost feel like if you're dealing with a weird situation in the second half of this month, it's like if you try to defend yourself, you're gonna look guilty, right? And I feel like if you just let it go, it's like they're gonna be the one that looks bad. So, if someone's talking about you or anything like that, just let it go. And, I feel like the truth will come out is what the Justice card says. For others, you are doing, there's a lot of jumping through hoops that's going on here. For the rest of this month, I wouldn't even say for the rest of this month. I would say for the rest of the year, there is a lot of jumping through hoops that you're going to have to be doing with the Knight of Wands. So, I know that people don't always like to hear those messages, but, what I would say is that, you're going to be manifesting a lot of success if you jump through these hoops, if you kind of build the structure under the starfish is what I'm feeling here. And so I feel like you need to do that. But other than that, I feel like there's like good stuff coming in here. So let me see where this first row is going here. Chariot, towards a victory, plain and simple. Again, even if you're dealing with a difficult person, the Chariot really says the universe is in charge, right? The Chariot, there are these 2 sphinxes on the Chariot here, and they don't have any reins on them. Like he's not really controlling those sphinxes. It represents the fact that the universe is guiding you at this time. So just keep pushing forward. Even with the Justice card, you have the 6 of Pentacles, basically the Justice card. He is holding a scale right here, right? And it's funny because I always say it's going to be hard to see on this camera with these tiny little cards. But this guy right here, he has something in his back pocket here, Pisces. And I always say, it kind of reminds me, it's like he's asking for something, but it's like, what's he hiding, right? I do feel that some of you could be dealing with a situation where maybe a person isn't being completely honest here. 7 of Swords. I would be careful, of those situations. If something doesn't feel right, it's not right, is what I'm going to say to you here, Pisces. And you have the Tower here. Like I said, I feel that makes sense with the world. The world is completion. The Tower can represent letting go of something. So I do feel like some of you are kind of letting go of something here. We have a choice with the Tower. I don't care what anybody says about the Tower. There's one guy on the Tower. He's diving headfirst out of the Tower. There's another guy. He's being pushed out of the Tower, right? He's falling backwards. The Tower kind of says we have a choice. If we see the Tower catching on fire, then we can choose to jump out. And that might sound scary, but at the same time, it's like we can choose to walk away from something that just isn't right. And that's kind of the feeling I get here in this first row. And for a lot of you, it's like you're being divinely guided to do this. So it's not really a scary thing. For others, this could just be a move. And moving has been coming up for you quite a bit. You have the Chariot twice. You have the Tower of the World. I mean, these are all cards of moving. Some of you could be moving here. You have the 7 of Swords here. Like I said, I basically channeled that whole message at the beginning of the reading on the 7 of Swords. That was all the 7 of Swords. So there's really not much else to say about the 7 of Swords here. You have the Strength card, the Death card, and the Page of Pentacles here. I do feel like you need to be patient with this energy. For some of you, I do feel there could be like a Scorpio who is coming in and delivering a message. So if you're looking for love, it could be a Scorpio that's coming in for you. And it could be any water sign because you also have the Hangman, Pisces, or you have the Chariot twice here. You have Scorpio twice, and you also have Cancer twice in your reading. So for those of you looking for love, I would say there's probably new love coming in for you. I feel like there is a situation where you're going to have to be patient. I feel like you're making a lot of moves that like people don't really understand, Pisces. I think that is like the number one challenge of being a Pisces is it's like Pisces can see the future, right? It's like you can see things that maybe other people can't. in a lot of ways, it's like with this starfish energy here, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you're focusing on the idealistic view, right? I feel like you're focusing on all the wonderful things that could happen in a situation. It doesn't matter if it's a love, business, money, spirituality, whatever. I feel like everybody else is like focused on the guts, right? And that's the point of the starfish card, is that, it has an underside. There is something underneath, right? And I feel like what this is saying is great, wonderful, focus on the good stuff, of course. But I also feel like, again, that whatever you're thinking about doing, whatever this wish is here, I feel like you need to really focus. And I also feel like you really need to focus on the structure of whatever it is you're doing. Like, I feel like it's kind of like, in a lot of ways, I'm almost seeing this as a balloon, if that makes sense. And that's what's popping into my head with this starfish card. And I feel like it's saying, if you could add structure to the balloon, then you would be perfectly safe and you would build something that's very successful. But right now, something doesn't have the pillars. It doesn't have the security, the foundation. And kind of a weird message. I like it at the same time. And you have this Page of Pentacles, which could be good news coming in for you. Again, I feel like the Strength card is more or less talking about the fact that, people can't really see what you see in the situation. That's what's popping into my head. Boom, Pisces, I'm telling you. Whatever it is that you're dreaming of here, or whatever it is that you're imagining with this card is going to be very successful. You do have the Three of Swords here with this Tower, so clearly some of you could be going through a sad situation at the same time. Hermit here as well. I feel like you need to go like really, really deep inside yourself at this time, Pisces. I feel this conflicted energy here, where it's a really good reading. And I'm a Pisces, trust me. Like, I get it. I could tell you a million stories, Pisces, of like when things weren't, when I was busting my ass and things weren't going well in my life. I used to drive around in my car and I used to just scream. I kid you not. I used to just like let it out, right? Because I'd like work for like months and months and months on a project and then it would flop. Nothing would happen. And this went on for, years for me. And I used to I used to drive around in my car. I used to just scream, right? At the top of my lungs. And so I totally understand the frustration. That's what I feel here with this energy, right? And I'm not embarrassed to share these stories. I don't give a shit anymore, right? And what I would say here, back in the day, I would have never shared anything like that. But I feel like here, this is the screaming, this is the needing to let it out. I would say, actually, it was probably a good thing that I let it out, right? And didn't hold that in. So I do get this like emotional kind of feeling here of like sadness and all this other stuff. So it's like there's a lot going on. But at the same time, I feel like there's so much good stuff for you to look forward to. For some of you, there's definitely, this has like breakup vibes to me. Some of you could be going through a breakup. And, the reason I feel like it's showing up in this reading is because it's like, you could be going through a breakup or you could be going through a separation or some other tower moment in your life. But it's almost like there's something extremely important that you need to build structure on. It's like, yes, there's a major distraction in your life here is what I would say. I feel like there's maybe a person or something that's trying to get you off your path, or there's a breakup that's kind of pulling you off your path. And I feel like this reading is saying it's like you have amazing things to look forward to, but you need to like kind of draw your attention towards this structure. The Hermit kind of says that you have done some soul searching and you have probably gone through a dark night of the soul. So, I guess we could look at that as good news. You've probably gone through the difficulty here. Next, you have the Starfish Spirit. Again, I've talked about this in great detail so far. So I feel like for some of you, it's just saying, something is a balloon. It's kind of funny because it's like you're adding structure. I remember as a kid, we used to put tape on a balloon. I don't remember. I was watching some TV show when I was a kid, and they put tape on a balloon. If you put tape on a balloon, you can puncture it with a pin, but it won't pop with in the spot where you put the tape. And that's popping into my head. So I feel like for some of you, but I'm not sure this is a good thing. Because again, I feel like the structure needs to go on the inside of something that you're thinking about. You have the Hangman, the Seven of Cups, and the Chariot. In a lot of ways, the Hangman is kind of like saying, I feel like something is opening up for you here, Pisces. You see how on this Hangman, it's kind of like a zipper. Something is unzipping here for you, Pisces. It's like something is opening up. Hangman is about gaining a new perspective, and it is your card here, Pisces. Seven of Cups to me says maintain your focus. But in this situation, like I feel like you need to maintain your focus. Focus on the big picture of the starfish, whatever your wish is, right? But there are other things with the Seven of Cups. In some of the cups, there's like gold and jewels and things like that. In some of the other cups, there are snakes and like things to be afraid of, right? And I'm not saying that you need to be afraid. I feel like this is just saying, kind of with, there's something really great, obviously, coming in for you here, but it's like you really need to focus on making sure that you don't idealize something here, making it out to be better than it actually is. And you have the Chariot, so definitely a victory coming out for you here. So I feel like you are going to be victorious here. But again, this is going to require some building. And I also feel your focus is extremely important at this time. You have the Ten of Wands here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's no doubt about it. It's going to require work to do this, to build up this structure. If you're building a business, I feel like you're looking at the, idealized version of the business. It's going to require work, but if you put the work in, you're going to be successful. Same thing in a relationship here. For some of you, I do get like there is a love opportunity here, but there is, it's like there's like work that needs to be done. I'm not so sure if this is like a long distance relationship with the Chariot here. It's kind of weird because sometimes I feel like I need to say something, but then I get blocked. Like, I feel like it's not supposed to come out. So I don't know if this is long distance because I don't feel that intuitively, if I'm being honest with you. I just feel like there could be some other obstacles that need to be overcome here if there's a new love coming in for you at this time. And what I mean by that is it's like maybe you're meeting someone who's extremely busy and, it's like kind of like finding the time to develop the relationship could be a little bit of a challenge. Maybe you're meeting someone who just has potential here with that Starfish Spirit. It's like if you're meeting someone who just has the potential of getting somewhere in life that can make you feel, it might not be a politically correct thing to say, but, it could make you feel like, not secure, right? If you can't see security in a person. Although, like I said, I feel like you're kind of seeing someone for their potential if this happens to be love, right? So let's keep this going. You have the Knight of Wands here. Do the work here is what I would say. And the Lovers, this is definitely like true, if this is love, this is true love. If this is something else, then it's a perfect match for you, Pisces, whatever it is that you're working on here. In a lot of ways, very simple reading. I feel like it's just saying, you're right about whatever it is that you're dreaming of with that Starfish card. You're right. This is something that could be fantastic, right? Could be amazing. Whether you're building a business, thinking about, improving your health or whatever. I feel like you're picturing it, the big dream, right? But at the same time, I feel like it's time to kind of like put the work in. And the only warning that I would give you here is to not get off your path. I would be very careful of someone else getting involved. Now, this could be true for love as well. Intuitively, I'm just feeling in love. It's like you could be getting into a love situation where it's like your friends start hating on your relationship. I always tell people, be careful of your single friends. And it's not a popular opinion. People get pissed at me all the time for saying it. I don't care because it's true. It's like, how many times have you been in a relationship where people are like, oh, he or she is no good for you. They're, you could do better, blah, blah, blah. It's like single people. A lot of single people try to ruin their friends' relationships. So I always tell people, be careful of those people because they will ruin it. Plain and simple. I do get that popping into my head. Obviously, you're an adult. Use your, I feel like sometimes people think like tarot tells them you have to do this, which couldn't be farther from the truth. It's like if you have positive friends who are a positive influence on the relationship, obviously you can still be friends with those people. But if they're not, then it's time to kick those people to the curb because they're not your friends, especially if it's a positive relationship. I've seen it happen too many times where someone is in something really, really good and their friends make it seem like it's some sort of like crazy abusive relationship when it's not, or make it seem like it's impossible when it's not, right? So I would be careful of that. Same thing in work or business as well. I do get something here about needing to be careful of the people you surround yourself with, which has come up for you in the past. But damn, Pisces, this is a really good reading. Again, I would focus on kind of adding structural elements to whatever it is that you're trying to build here, like working on the foundation or strengthening things. People always ask me, how can I do that? Well, education, number one. If you're building a business or trying to get a career, education, educating yourself is a great way to do that. Number two is building a team. Page of Pentacles, having people who can support you, help you, great way to add structure to whatever it is that you're doing. Number three is just taking a first step. It's like maybe you want to build a business, start a website, right? Start a Facebook page. I feel like people discount those tiny little steps, those tiny little things that actually will lead to whatever your dream is. So it's like, don't discount the small things. Maybe that's all you can do. Great. Do what you can, is what I feel like that starfish is saying, even if it's just a tiny little thing. Because it's like, you're going to add one block, then you're going to add another, and another, another, another. And eventually, that starfish is not going to collapse. I feel like this whole reading is saying, don't let the starfish collapse. Whatever it is. So, damn, Pisces, I love this reading for you. Definitely a lot of success coming in the future. Again, if I can't make it clear enough, people are always like, you said my life is going to be amazing, and I sat on the couch, I did nothing, and nothing happened. I'm like, yeah, of course, no shit, right? Nothing's going to happen if you do nothing, of course. It's like, this is going to require work. Yes, tarot is not magic. So you're going to have to put in the work. But Pisces, amazing. Do the work, right? Plain and simple, but this looks good. Love it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Pisces, and definitely enjoy your month.